I'm Misty Bellerose, and we have a 14-year-old, Zoe Bellerose. She would start Higley this year, high school, 9th grade, and then Hunter is our son. He's 11, and a daughter, Kira, who is 8. Just as of this summer, when the kids started to do some summer activities, Zoe tried to go to a water park and was not feeling well, so we noticed that she was having some issues. At the end of June, I took Zoe to her pediatrician and was expressing concerns that I had about Zoe was just seeming extra fatigued. Her skin seemed to be yellowing. She had a lot of unexplained bruising. I was explaining this to her pediatrician that she wasn't well. I was in there asking for blood work. And we didn't get the blood work, but we were more dismissed and told to go take some vitamin K. On the 1st of August, I ran an errand. Dad was getting ready for work, and I had come in, and she was at the kitchen table, but she was laid kind of across our bench at the kitchen table, and she sits up really slow, and she's, "Mom, I'm okay." And then her head kind of twitched and her eye kind of twitched, and I said, "You're not okay." And so I rushed her to Gilbert Mercy right here, our local, and I went in just stating that my child, I don't know how I knew, but I knew she needed blood and she was not well and I need help right now. And so they pulled her back and they assessed her and they said, yeah, we need to, I was asking them to get me an ambulance to get her to Phoenix Children's Hospital. And so they assessed her, and basically after a lab draw, she had no white cells, no red cells, and no platelets. She was completely depleted of everything. And so they diagnosed her with severe aplastic anemia as well as PNH. And a lot of the time for me anyway, before I knew any of what this is, it's now our new harsh reality. You think anemia and think iron deficiency, and it's so much more than what it is. Also, she needs a bone marrow transplant, which is our goal, hopefully at the end of September to no later than the mid of October. And we are very fortunate and very lucky that we have a sibling match. That's a 10 out of 10. So little sister Kira, who is 8, will have her bone marrow harvested a couple days prior to Zoe going in and doing her long week chemo regimen. Sister will have her bone marrow harvested and then give it to sister. Little sister's recovery is about 4 days. She'll be down, just tired, sore, but it is an in and out procedure. For Zoe, she goes in a week prior. We're doing all the pre-workup, so every day right now we're sometimes 8 to 10 hours at the hospital, just doing tests, CT scans, making sure everybody's healthy and viable to do the transplant. And then Zoe will go in and be admitted for 6 to 8 weeks in there. And then if everything is okay, she comes out, and then we're back for at least the first year, we go back and forth anywhere up to 4 to 5 times a week. And the risks are high, but we have a lot of good things in our corner, praying a lot. So yeah, it's been a 24/7 thing in one day. You know, we walked into that emergency room on August 1st and it's been several hospital trips, visits. We're doing clinic runs twice a week. It's a lot, but we're so grateful also that we are getting this bone marrow transplant and we have sister, and it's just thrown our world in a wrench. We're gracious for anything. Gas cards, money towards gas. We're making a lot of trips. It is 35 miles each way. Sometimes there's traffic and we get stuck in that. We are a whole food, plant-based family, but anything in the way of fresh fruits, frozen vegetables, just in its purest form, meals, if anybody's willing to follow a recipe, or gift cards for grocery stores or cash for groceries. Our dogs, for Zoe, it's going to be best health-wise if post-transplant we can have them temporarily rehomed, if someone would take our dogs and love them. like their own. We have Marley and Nugget, 2 rescues, one big, one little. That would be really helpful. Also, it seems minimal, but with our life being so upside down, we're not here a lot of the time for the dogs, but also the yard. Some of the weeds poking up out front, the trash cans, remembering they go out on Wednesday, seems minuscule, but it's so much right now. So the simplest of things are a lot. We had a lot of home renovations. We were in the middle of just trying to do simple things, clean out the dryer and make sure it's safe. But once you get into that project, it was a fire hazard and it had to be rectified and rebuilt, the piping too, so that it didn't catch on fire. Small blessings, right? But due to that, in one of our girls' bedrooms, that's just not even operable. There's no subfloor in there. You have to door it off. With Zoe being immune compromised, we had our washer failed. We have a lot of exposed. We need drywall help. Just some things that have to be closed up and not porous, with spores and anything that can, we have a lot of home renovation that has happened due to need of fixing something in the house.